Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you once again for taking time out to watch the video. I appreciate all the support you continue to show the channel here. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and discuss today. So before we dive into these topics, do me a big favor. If you do end up enjoying the video or finding it informative, make sure you leave it a like. Really helps it out more than you know. And if you are new here to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. The first topic we're talking about is something that I think is extremely exciting, but maybe not the most surprising, but still something that I think you guys are going to want to hear about. We have an article here from PlayStation Universe where the title reads, Ghost of Tsushima 2 hinted at in new Sucker Punch job listings. So it says a series of new job listings posted by Sucker Punch Productions have indicated that the studio is staffing up for Ghost of Tsushima 2, which wouldn't be surprising considering the success of the original game. The company's website reveals it's on the lookout for a senior combat designer and technical combat designer. While that alone may not seem significant, it could be for something else unrelated to Ghost of Tsushima. After all, both positions call for candidates who have specifically played the PS4 and PS5 Samurai Epic, prototype, polish, and balance enemies as well as player abilities, it reads, while another listing adds prototype, polish, and balance player abilities, combat actions, and progression items. And so, yeah, it's one of these situations where some people could come across this and think, well, maybe it's not necessarily for Ghost of Tsushima 2, maybe it's for something else, but that seems extremely unlikely because if they didn't say you are required to have played Ghost of Tsushima on PS4 and PS5 and essentially have extensive knowledge of Ghost of Tsushima, I would agree that maybe this could be for something else, but that to me is pretty much a dead giveaway. That on top of the fact that this game has done incredibly well for both Sucker Punch and Sony, it's naturally going to get a sequel. And I have to say, I spent a lot of time with Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, and the visuals did look very good, but something you could definitely tell is that it's not a game that was built, obviously, for the PS5 natively. And when I think about just how awesome the art style in Ghost of Tsushima is, it's going to be really exciting to see this game revealed for the PlayStation 5. It's probably a ways away. I would not expect this anytime soon, but even if it doesn't get revealed till like sometime next year, and it doesn't release for a couple more years, it's still going to be, I think, a big deal when it happens. And so for anybody who is wondering, is Sucker Punch working on Ghost of Tsushima 2? Seems that all signs indicate they absolutely are. So let me know down in the comments below how excited you would be at the announcement for Ghost of Tsushima 2. I'll be interested to see what you had to say. Next up in line, we're talking about Gran Turismo 7, but we're also talking about an insane performance advantage that the PlayStation 5 version specifically has. This was something that, while it shouldn't be that surprising, I still found myself quite surprised. So first of all, I just want to point out that Gran Turismo 7 is reviewing very well. It's currently sitting at an 88 on Metacritic based off of 79 critic reviews, which is definitely good. This is a trend we are continuing to see with PlayStation Studio titles, even titles from their partners. They're reviewing very well. Sony is, in my opinion, continuing to do what they do best, which is just put out quality content, and they're doing so in a very consistent manner. And I have to say, as somebody who does own a PS5 and is always looking for something new to play, I can definitely appreciate that. But when you talk about the technical aspect of Gran Turismo 7, obviously it's the best looking Gran Turismo to date, and a lot of people are very impressed just by, how detailed it is and how much care you can tell went into this title. But I'm looking at the El Analista de Bits YouTube channel. They're a popular YouTube channel that does comparisons for different games, and they did one for GT7, the PS5 version, the PS4 Pro version, and the base PS4 version. And you are seeing an insane difference here in loading times. On the PS4, you're looking at 41 seconds. On the PS4 Pro, you're looking at 37 seconds. So there's a slight difference there. But on the PS5, you are looking at load times under 2 seconds, which is insane in my opinion. Now, this is not the first time we've seen this, but when you see such a difference like this, right, it continues to highlight, I think, one of the biggest strengths of the PS5. And I feel like at this point, anybody who's been using the PS5 for a while, like myself, you've kind of just take advantage of it. Like, you've gotten so accustomed to having these instantaneous load times, or very short load times, not just with PlayStation exclusives, but with third-party titles as well. It's hard to imagine at this point what it would be like to play games where every time there's a loading screen, you're waiting upwards of 30 to 40 seconds, sometimes even longer. And so this was a pretty severe advantage that the PS5 has. Obviously, you know, we are going to continue to see this and comparisons like this as long as there are cross-gen games. And I think, you know, for a lot of people who are playing this game on PS5, they are going to be appreciative of the fact that, you know, every time there's a loading screen, you're waiting less than 2 seconds. That's going to save you quite a bit of time. That will add up, especially if you dump a lot of hours into a game like this. So yeah, just wanted to be sure to let you guys know about that. In general, it seems like GT7 is, you know, again, it's reviewing really well. People seem to be very happy with it. Anybody who was excited for this game seems like it's living up to be the exact game that they were hoping it would be. And people are very excited. So just wanted to be sure to report on that. But next up, we are talking about SIFU, as I'm happy to let you guys know that we have new sales figures. Apparently, it has surpassed 1 million sales units. This is reading from Push Square, where it says SIFU has surpassed 1 million sales, says developer Slowclap. The Kung Fu-based action title released just over a month ago on PS5, PS4, and PC via the Epic Games Store. A physical version of the game is due to release on May 3rd. It's a big win for the studio, which says it's thrilled by the reception of SIFU from both fans and press alike. They also shared a few statistics. Over 10 million hours have been played. More than 45% of players have completed the challenging second level of the game. So you can tell people definitely got better and improved and overcame that. Over 150,000 players have already mastered Kung Fu enough to beat Yang, the game's main antagonist. So that is pretty insane. Out of the, you would assume, million people or more that have played, only about 150,000 players have actually completed the game and beat the final boss, which is crazy. So, they said they're going to have a major update in May alongside the physical release of the game. And the fact that the game is going to get a physical release, the sales are definitely going to be much higher, I would say, because I've seen a lot of people say that they want to play this game, they're excited for it, but they are simply waiting to get their hands on that physical version. I am really happy to see that they are finding great success with this game because, I mean, you guys have heard me talk about this game and you guys know how much I love it. And I don't know, at this point, I kind of wonder, should Sony, if they haven't already, maybe try to, get some talks in with Slowclap to see if maybe they want to join PlayStation Studios and become a first-party studio and maybe begin their work on a sequel to SIFU. I don't know, just something I'm thinking about. But next up in line, we are talking about Resident Evil because we have an update from Capcom that lets us know Resident Evil 2, 3, and 7 are coming to PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series consoles with visual enhancements later this year. Those who currently own the games on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One will be eligible for a digital upgrade at no additional cost. Upgrade patches for all 3 games will also be released on PC for players at no additional cost when the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series versions launch. So yeah, this was kind of random, and I think people were expecting some type of Resident Evil announcement, although this might not be the only one we get. I doubt it will be, but this one kind of came out of nowhere. They're letting us know that these titles are going to be enhanced and take advantage of the PlayStation 5, and I think people are going to be happy about this because one thing I do remember about playing these titles, specifically thinking about Resident Evil 2 and 3 Remake, is how visually impressive they were when playing them on the PS4 Pro. So knowing that they're going to get the full treatment for the PlayStation 5, I think I'm definitely going to go back and play these games again. So yeah, for anybody who enjoyed these games and you happen to have the current gen consoles, you can look forward to this. They don't give us a release window as of right now, but we have to assume that it will be coming in the not too distant future. So yeah, let me know if that's something you plan to play. But the final topic I have for you is a quick update on Horizon Forbidden West. There is a new patch out. I'm not going to go over every single fix that this patch brings with it, but it's fixing a lot of issues that were found with main quests, side quests, world activities, the UI, graphics, performance and stability, and other miscellaneous things. But something I do want to let you know is that Guerrilla did confirm on Twitter They say here the team continues to investigate several graphical issues reported by players regarding shimmering, sharpening, and screen saturation when moving the camera. Please note that these issues are not yet fixed in this patch, but our teams are investigating them with high priority. So a lot of people feeling pretty disappointed about that, because this is something that you would have thought by now Guerrilla would have been able to figure out and tackle, but nonetheless, they are obviously working hard to bring these patches out, because they're coming out pretty rapidly. And so hopefully it won't be too long now until they're able to find a fix for that and get it out there for everybody. But there you go. Just wanted to keep you guys updated with that. That's going to do it for the video. Again, I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you did find it informative. Leave it a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.